Hey guys, weeaboonewz here, and today I'm going to be talking about a Danganronpa fan project that might honestly be one of, if not the most ambitious fan project I've seen based off of the series yet. Everything from the art, to the music, to the trailer, to the voice acting is really top notch and honestly looks and feels like a real Danganronpa game. Also, I know I'm a bit late on this since the trailer came out about a month ago, but since I watched the trailer fairly recently and became incredibly interested in this afterwards, I decided that I wanted to make this video giving my thoughts on it as well as giving you guys some insight on the project itself. Also, shout out to both Blaze and Vawin since their videos on this series both kind of prompted me to check it out more. Also, just a heads up, I will be including all the sources in the description below, so please be sure to check those out if you are interested in learning more about this series. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So as I'm sure many of you guys already know, the fan web series is called Danganronpa Kill/Cure, and it's created by the user Moboxer here on YouTube. He also has a Tumblr and Twitter as well if you'd like to see more updates on the series. He recently posted the trailer for the series about a month ago, and it's really left a huge impact on the community because of how legitimate everything looks. Like, I honestly think that if somebody was to show me these characters with no context, I would really believe that they were connected to a new Danganronpa installment. They just look so good to me. Moving on though, the series is said to be set in a completely different universe than the original Danganronpa series, and the main theme of it is virtue versus vice. The plot is described as 16 students and a homeroom teacher of Bido-Kukawa Academy find themselves in a killing school festival where everyone has a good time until someone is killed. As for some background on the series, Moboxer has been working on it since about November of last year, and in the process has gotten several artists to help design original characters, and has also released some Danganronpa-inspired original tracks for the series as well. That'll be including as the background music for this video because it honestly just sounds so legit. The web series is set to have 6 chapters, all each including a daily life, deadly life, and trial, just like the original games. It's been revealed that the episode lengths will also vary in size, but none of them will be shorter than 10 minutes long. And also, as for free time events, the ones shown in the main web series will be decided through fans voting on who they want the protagonist to spend time with. Furthermore, it was revealed that after the series concludes, there are plans in creating a cure mode where we will be able to see each character's free time events even if they're not completed in the main web series. At this point in time, images and bios have been released for all the characters explaining their talent and a bit of their personality, as well as profiles outlining their weight, likes, dislikes, and other details. Also notably, Moboxer has stated quite ominously that each and every character's fate has already been sealed, implying that he will not be changing his mind on who lives or dies. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the story and my opinion on it. So the Monokuma-like character of this game is named Kokorosaru, and I find his role and personality traits to be very intriguing, considering how closely it relates to the theme of virtue versus vice. Most notably, in his biography, it describes him as a headmaster who has 2 different personalities, a personality that is virtuous, you could say, and then another that is twisted and aggressive, likely representing the theme of vice. The most interesting thing about him to me, though, is that in his description it mentions that he doesn't change into his malicious form until after a killing has occurred, and that during the daily life he only ever gives motives to the students that would persuade them to not kill each other. I feel like this setup could mean that there's more characters other than just the mastermind that could represent the opposing theme, in this case it being vice, since it's implied enough students are willing to kill without the extra incentive. This might not seem like that big of a deal at first, but when you really think about it, a vast majority of the reasons many are able to see certain killers in Danganronpa as redeemable is because of the fact that they are responding to a motive given by Monokuma, for example characters like Kaide or Kurumi. And then when I try to think of a character that killed for a reason other than like the motive that Monokuma handed out that chapter, I think of somebody like Korekiyo, who was just absolutely fucking bonkers. So since there seems to be an absence of a killing motive each chapter, I'm really interested to see how the killers might justify their actions and what personalities they might have that would lead them to kill without the added incentive. Overall, I just find this idea to be a really interesting setup, and I am curious to see if this was purposeful in terms of emphasizing the vice portion of the theme. Along with this, I really like the idea of it taking place in its own universe. When it comes to fan series or canon spin-offs, I'd honestly just really prefer that they all stray away away from the Hope's Peak Academy plotline. I feel like the killing game idea is diverse enough to be implemented into other universes, and I really don't want to see the Hope's Peak Academy plotline get overly built upon. But I also like this idea for a fan series because it gives it more room for individuality, and in that sense makes it more interesting to me. I'd really like to see a Danganronpa killing game that doesn't follow the untold rules of Danganronpa, like for example each chapter having to mimic the games previously. I thought it was cool at first, but now I'm really ready for something fresh. And I also like this idea because it implies that there likely won't be any reused backgrounds from the games as well. And if this does end up being the case, I feel like it would make it feel really fresh and original. But that's kind of my general opinion on the series and some of the reasons why I'm really excited about it. I'm also really interested in a lot of the characters as well. I think so far Hide, Naomi, and Fan Long are three of the characters I'm the most interested in at the moment. So if you guys are looking forward to this fan project as well and would like me to make another video giving my full opinion on each character while trying to predict who lives and dies and who's the mastermind and all of that fun stuff, please let me know and I'd be happy to make it and any more videos covering this fan series. And with all of that out of the way, I'd like to discuss next some kind of more nitty-gritty details regarding the series that I find to be sort of interesting, especially regarding the trials. Basically, for the trials, there's a few things to note. One important aspect is that according to Moboxer, there will be an annotation button for restarting a debate. All characters will get a chance to share their points before it rewinds to the right answer, so even if the first point given is right, it will still let the next character speak. There isn't much interactivity, so it's left up to the viewer to decide whether to pause the video and look through the truth bullets in the description or just watch the video naturally. Since it's a web series and so many games might be a bit awkward to view strictly in a visual format, the creator also stated that the following mini-games won't be included in the trials, these being Psyche Taxi or Logic Dive and Hangman's Gambit. Instead, it seems it'll be focused much more around argumentative mini-games such as Non-Stop Debate, Mass Panic Debate, and Debate Scrum. There will also be a section resembling Rebuttal Showdown as well, but it instead will be called Rebuttal Blitzkrieg, and he also states that the visual effects and music will be unique for each character Hiroki, the protagonist, goes up against in these debates. There will also be a segment similar to Argument Armament from V3, but the major noticeable difference is that rather than the characters repeating lines, their speech will evolve continually to keep it interesting and fresh. I think this is personally a really smart idea since the segments are not interactive, nor is there a Let's Player who's responding to commands to keep it interesting. So I think it's really cool that they thought far enough ahead to basically make sure that each aspect of each trial is as engaging and entertaining as possible. Finally, the project is partially cast and they are holding an open call audition at the moment. That doesn't end until September 15th, so if you are interested in auditioning, I urge you to go ahead and check out the link below. But anyways, this will conclude the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you're looking forward to this project and which characters are your favorites and or if you have any theories about the series. Also, I do want to give a quick shout out to some other really interesting fan projects I've come across recently, these being Danganronpa Rebirth Voices and Super Danganronpa Another, which the second one is actually based off of a Korean fan game that has several different groups translating at the moment. To my knowledge though, the YouTuber Johnny Youngster seems to be the farthest in translating the entirety of the game, so I will link his channel below if you guys are interested in looking that up and checking it out. And also let me know if you would like me to make another video on this series, or if you would like me to stream and or talk about either of the other ones I just mentioned, or just any other fan games in general that you might like that I haven't heard about yet. I feel like I'm always really surprised by the quality of each new fan game or web series that I see, and it's honestly crazy how much time and effort a lot of people put into this and how cool and interesting they do end up looking at the end of the day. But before I close out the video, I do want to apologize for the lack of Danganronpa videos and analysis videos in general over the past few months. I don't really want to get into the reason why they've slowed down so much, but I do want to say that I do plan on trying to post a lot more frequently starting after this video, so please let me know if there's any characters or top lists or anything you'd like me to make in the near future. I was thinking about doing a Rantaro video next because I already started it and he almost tied with Kaede on the poll, so please let me know if that interests you. Also, if there's any other games outside of Danganronpa you'd like me to cover, I'd really be interested in doing that. I'd like to post a few more Danganronpa videos before I do that just because they haven't been as frequent as I would like them to be, and I know those are like the main videos that a lot of people subscribe to me for. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this video and I will see you real soon.